Welcome to Coffee and Curveballs. I am Tommy. He is Shooter. And we are talking about some Helium players, guys whose stock is rising. Shooter, who are you looking at? What are you looking at necessarily in the spring?
Yeah, definitely 23s. I'm getting my spring schedule together. Where am I going to travel to? Looking at a lot of things. Who could definitely move up the boards throughout the spring, which is something we'll definitely see in the southern states to start, while the northern guys are all inside in the snow. But we'll be going coast to coast, trying to find as much action as we can.
Well, we'll start with a state that feels like spring or summer all year round, California. Who are five guys from that state, starting with Trent Carraway?
Although you guys are catching a lot of rain right now.
I know. It feels like Oregon all of a sudden. Brutal.
I pushed it all down to you.
There you go.
This California 23 class, we've been talking about it for a while, but who are some guys where, okay, we've not put them into our mock draft in the first round just yet, but they could definitely make their way up into that talk. Trent Carraway, he's at JSerra Catholic, historically awesome premier program in the state, in the Trinity League. I love his approach to the plate. On time with everything, looks to do damage in all counts, can stick at shortstop. I think he's going to really hit. He's done well against the top pitching in Southern California and nationally. Hits the ball, impacts it. And then you got an outfielder, Brandon Winokur. I think he might be the biggest, not question mark, but more so sleeper in this draft right now. It's 6'5", about 210, super physical. He's a supreme athlete, can stick in center field, can really impact the baseball. I look back a year ago in NorCal, Henry Bolte went in the second round to the A's. Winokur's very similar to that, but probably even better and a little bit more athletic. So he could really rise. He's a UCLA recruit. Ralph Velasquez at another historic program at Huntington Beach. One of the top hitters in the class with maybe the top raw power. From the left side, it's gotten a little bit better behind the plate. There's a chance that maybe he sent him off behind the dish professionally early on, but he's probably a first baseman in the end. The bat's what's going to carry him, and he can really swing it. Similar to Velasquez, Eric Batanti, another left-handed hitter. He's a really interesting one because he's very young for the class. Oregon recruit, takes up the whole box. He's got that Paul Bunyan type square shoulders, left-handed stick, can drive into all fields. He's succeeded in front of some important eyes. He's one probably that I'm circling the most early on in the spring to get out and see his at-bats. But the guy who I think could have the most buzz of the spring in Southern California, another surprise, Harvard Westlake prospect. Will Gasparino, he's about 6'5", 6'6", can run like a gazelle in center field, can really swing the bats. There's a lot of tools, carrying tools that are loud. And I think it's all coming together for him. I remember seeing him back as a freshman and sophomore, growing into his frame. Well, he's grown into that frame. He's only getting stronger. There's power, there's speed, can really accelerate out of the box. Love everything that Will Gasparino brings to the diamond.
Those are guys from California who will be able to practice outside year-round. Some guys have to do the indoor work. Maybe from Ohio, Colt Emerson.
Colt Emerson had huge summer, big fall. He's one of those guys, the more you see him, the more you like. And we've been tracking him since his freshman year, since before he was committed to Auburn. Left-handed hitter, everything's clean. He finds the right spot in the glove at shortstop. He can play anywhere on the infield, but his ability to slow things down at the plate and utilize the whole field really covers the dish. Potentially going to go check him out in a nice workout soon here to get into Ohio, one of those indoor workouts. But he had a huge fall. I think he's rising up boards. He might be one of those guys that are very quiet in departments. We really like this kid.
I don't know what you consider Colorado, maybe the Great Plains or whatever you want to call it, but out there's Walker Martin.
Yeah, Walker Martin. Huge summer from him. Blasted a big ball at USD, a loud, resounding home run. It was a huge winner at our future games 2 years in a row. Committed to Arkansas, can really swing it. Works short to long at the plate. The frame stands out. Square shoulders, can add a ton of strength. Really athletic. Left side defender, probably profiles more as a left fielder, third base, corner guy. But I think the bat's only going to get better with those more at-bats. You talk about a kid in Colorado is getting maybe half, maybe a quarter of the at-bats that some of these Southern California kids get throughout the year. Throw him into a system where he gets 1,000 plate appearances, and he has a chance to skyrocket in a farm.
Last few guys we're going to talk about all throw from the mound from the left-hand side, starting with Cam Johnson.
Oh, yeah, we're trying to find those southpaws. There's a lot of money to be spent on those guys, finding those unicorns. Cam Johnson's one of those guys. He was a Maryland product, moved down to IMG, for this year. He's committed to LSU. I think he provides some of the toughest at-bats of any arm in this class. It's a low slot, jumps out of the hands, gets real bad swings and misses in the zone from guys who just don't pick it up well. That low slot, his ability to tunnel the fastball with the slider, quality changeup. He's got a chance to skyrocket into that first round consideration. There's some funk to the delivery, not crazy smooth there, but hey, if it's not smooth, sometimes it's really uncomfortable, and you want that hitter to be uncomfortable.
Yeah, and I know you're pro because it's from Maryland, not from Florida. The amateurs will say he's from Florida down in IMG, but we know better. The coffee Curveballs, he's from Maryland. How about Adam Hatchman from Missouri?
Adam Hatchman got a late start to his summer, but he is definitely one of the premier lefties. I wouldn't be surprised if he's tickling triple digits on the bump there in Missouri. He gets a warm spring there later in April, early May. It's a physical frame, 6'4", looks every bit the part of a frontline starter. The more that secondary comes, he's got a quality changeup, good breaking ball, but that heat, oh man, some stuff that you just can't teach. He would be another guy that I expect to just completely rise and shoot up draft boards.
I mean, a lot of people know about the Dallas in Texas, but there's one in Tennessee in Matthew Dallas who can really throw it.
Yeah, quick one from Matthew Dallas. Was a junior future gamer. What I love about him is he just looks the part of a future starter. When you get those draft cards out and guys are going around, can this guy start? There's value in those starters, even though teams are getting a lot of bullpen guys. Matthew Dallas has a chance to start. He's one of the top left-handers in this class. I'd expect a huge spring out of him.
All right, those are some guys who you will see rise up the draft boards come springtime. Shooter, anything else you got for us?
No, I just needed to stop raining in Southern California so I can see it.
we need the five we just mentioned, get some at bats, some spots on the mound, all that good stuff. Shooter, thank you, and thank you guys for watching.